everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Hermione and I'm updating an old Victorian house. It's going very slowly. Today I'm going to be sharing with you another DIYary update because we've made a lot of changes throughout the house over probably the last 4 to 6 weeks. And yeah, got a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on. Without further ado, let me start at the beginning. So we started by doing the thing we've been putting off for the longest time. We had to sand and stain the floors in the sitting room and the dining room. So I rented another industrial floor sander and we got to work.
So the sitting room is empty. All of the furniture is in there. We're gonna do this floor, move this over here, and then do that floor.
All was going really well until I made mistake number 1. I went to the hardware store to pick up the same floor stain that we use throughout the entire house. It's called oak, but guess who picked up pine? I put it on the floor, not realizing that it was the wrong one. It didn't look any different until it dried, and it dried really red. It just looked really bad. It didn't look anything like what we were going for in the house. And I was just so disappointed with myself.
I made the mistake of getting the wrong stain. It's slightly more red toned than the one upstairs, so I'm not happy about that. Yep, this is what it looks like.
And it was also really patchy looking. I put it on in the same way that I did with the previous stain, and I was just not happy with it. Now, we couldn't sand the floors because we didn't have enough time on the rental sander and we didn't have enough sanding sheets. And I did kind of want to experiment with a darker stain at one point during the renovations, but we'd already started with the oak stain. So I just decided, let's do it darker and see how it goes.
This is what's happening right now. And I don't think you can tell on camera, but it's actually a lot darker and it's a lot less red. So yeah, I'm gonna have to finish this and I'm gonna have to do this in the same color. I'll probably put this on the bottom and then the new one on the top so that they match. Moral of the story, make sure you take a picture of the can of the color of floor varnish or paint or whatever it is that you're using, and don't just guess and think this looks like the right one and then buy that one, because it's gonna end up horribly. Anyway, I'll update you guys when it's all done.
There is a happy ending to this story because once it was all dried, I was really pleased with it because I feel like it adds a bit of warmth to the room that we didn't have previously, because the walls are quite a bright white and I just think it looks a bit more cozy.
Ignore the junk, but that's the color, and I think it turned out really nicely, and it goes well with the rug, it goes well with the couch. I am pleased.
And I also think that the darker stain looks more in keeping with the Victorian house. So I am really pleased with it in the end. With the sitting room done, we were ready to move into the dining room and do the exact same process all over again. So excited about that.
Next up, this problem.
But there was one small, big problem that I really didn't want to have to admit to myself that I'd made. Long story short, with the change in the floor being much darker and a lot warmer, and we were also getting a lot of new furniture that I hadn't really accounted for, I felt like the colour on the walls was just going to completely clash with the floor. That colour is really nice, by the way, and I know I want it somewhere in my house. It's called Flock of Seagulls by Valspar, and I still have half a tin left. So I really want to use it in the small bedroom that we aren't going to do up for a good few months yet. I'll keep you updated on that, so I'll probably use it there. But it just didn't feel right in the space in the dining room with all of those changes that had to be made. So I decided before we stained the floor, I had to do something with the walls. So I knew the kind of colour I wanted to go for. It's kind of like a creamy off-white greyish colour, like a warm grey. And funnily enough, I actually tested that colour in the kitchen and I really liked it. So I had it colour matched at Valspar and bought a big tub of it.
This is a tester of the colour in the kitchen. As you can tell, we were going to paint this space this colour, but I think it would look good in the dining room. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
So I decided to use the colour that I was going to use in the kitchen in the dining room very impulsively, but actually it was one of the best decisions I'd made over the last few weeks. Finally, something went right. So I painted the whole dining room. I'm really, really pleased I did.
This is why I'm painting before sanding the floor. And this very small reason right here too.
With that done, we could move on to sanding the floors in the dining room finally, and they were really bad, especially with all the paint spillages, so they really needed it. So before finally showing you how the sitting room and the dining room turned out, there were a few updates that I filmed in between this time that I'm going to share with you right now. Good morning everybody, ignore the mess behind me, I'll explain that in a minute, but I just wanted to catch you guys up on what's happening in the dining room at the moment because I'm getting a table delivery in about 20 minutes and I really want to show you the floor before the table goes in.
I have put this rug down on the dining room floor so you can't really see, but this is kind of a bit more what it looks like. It's actually darker in person and less red, but I really like it. And if you saw my recent car boot sale video, you'll notice that I picked up this lampshade right here and I've put this in the dining room. I think it's really pretty how it diffuses the light around the space. Oh, I need to paint over those copper pipes. Let's not talk about that. I will get these boxed in at some point. I just really don't want the mess right now. I've got enough mess to be dealing with.
Also, I had my 27th birthday the other day. I spent it in IKEA and I adulted really hard and I bought an oven and that's just been fitted this morning and some other light pendants. So I'll show you guys that now. This is the new oven. I'm so happy with it. I really wanted this one, but I thought it was a bit too expensive, so I couldn't really justify it. But then I actually found it, as you can tell, in the bargain section for 50% off. You know you've turned 27 when you find an oven exciting, but this is my life now.
And as for the light fixtures, in the guest bedroom, we've got this one up here. This was from the IKEA bargain section. It was £30 instead of 40, and I've always wanted this kind of rattan looking shade. We had to replace the gold one that was hanging down here because it kept flashing even when we changed the bulb, so we think there was something wrong with the wiring. But I'm really pleased that we did this because I think it goes really nicely with the colour on the walls. In the sitting room, we've got this fixture. This was on super clearance from Laura Ashley's. I'm so pleased with it. I think it's really kind of traditional, but also a little bit modern at the same time. Please excuse the ceiling rose. I'm gonna get a decorator in to sort that out because it's just too much of a challenge for me, I think. I don't wanna break any more pieces off it. But yeah, that one's looking good. And I've changed the light fixture in the hallway for the absolute final time. I always wanted a clear globe light in here, and IKEA started selling them as soon as I'd had the other fixture put up. And the other one, which is over here, this I picked up for £5 in a charity shop, and it was all well and good, but we realized we couldn't change the light bulb in it because you needed some kind of special screwdriver to unscrew the pendant from the globe, so we gave up on that one. But I am really pleased with this one. We don't have a light pendant in this section here, so we only have minimal light. So the clear glass actually makes such a difference in the space. The stairs, as you can see, are still looking absolutely horrendous. This is my next project. I'm leaving this till quite late because it's such a high traffic area, but I did get rid of the bubble wrap off the staircase. Look how pretty that is. Excuse the buckets. Yep, the hallway is definitely the next project.
So I think that now brings us finally to the sitting room and the dining room. Let's go take a look and I'll show you what it looks like now.
Okay, so this is what the sitting room is looking like right now. Still under construction, but so much better. Let me show you a few of the updates in here. So this is what the floor looks like. It's actually a lot brighter on camera, but it's more of a like dark brown, and I am really pleased that we did go over it with the stain because it just looks so much better with all the other furniture. We've moved a few bits around, like the sofas we switched around and some stuff over here, but otherwise most of the things have stayed the same. We did get a new coffee table. This was gifted to us. We got rid of the old one and gave it to the charity shop, and I love this one because it's kind of a bit more modern, so it makes the whole room feel a little bit less like an antique store. I just think it looks really nice with all the other stuff in here. Over here, that's pretty much the same. That's Ben's gaming chair, ignore that. And then over here by the fireplace, the mantelpiece I'm gonna paint. So I've taken everything off it right now. But at the bottom, this is new. So what we've done is we had someone make us a hearth out of wood because underneath it was concrete and it was so uneven that it was such a nightmare. So he's gonna tile the top of this weekend, and then he'll be able to put the mantelpiece in place once I've painted it. I think I'm gonna paint it like a light gray. And then above here, I'm gonna have a mirror. So that will be done really soon. You can probably tell I've still got a piece of skirting board missing here, but I'm debating whether to get all of the skirting board replaced in the sitting and the dining room because there's about 3 or 4 different types of skirting board in here and some of it's really bad. So that's gonna have to wait for a bit while I decide what's going on. Over here, we have this massive mirror. This belongs to my grandmother and she's giving it to me on loan for the time being. But it's really, really pretty and old. It's kind of distressed, so I don't know if you can see, but it's got these marks all the way down it that I can't get rid of. But I think it's really cool. It's got a lot of character. I'm purposefully not showing you the floor because it's got the tiles and everything stacked up against there. But yeah, that's what that corner's looking like. So moving into the dining room. I can't keep a straight face with these slippers. So moving into the dining room, we've got the rug and the table is in place. This is what it's looking like right now. So ignore this. This has become the storage area until everything gets finished. But this is what it's looking like. I think the color really, really looks good, and it does still have like a bluish undertone in the paint that I picked. So I think it's still got that kind of coastal feeling that I really like. But this really goes well with the table. We have a new sideboard over here. Some lamps that need lampshades, as if I don't have enough lampshades. I just don't have 2 matching ones that will fit there. I'm gonna do a full makeover on this room because as you can see, it's currently storing all of the paintings and the mirrors that need to go up on the wall. And yes, it's become a bit of a junk storage area, but when you look at it from this angle, it's actually kind of nice. I promise you, next time you see this room, I will have it cleared out and looking a lot better.
So that's everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I am sorry if it felt like a lot of updates and it was just a bit choppy. It was just, I don't know, it's just been a bit difficult the last few weeks and I've not been enjoying this house anymore. I hate it. I want it to be over, but I had to show you guys this so that we can get over it and I can show you all of the new updates that are coming in the next DIYary. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great week and I'll see you next time. Bye!